Hi, it's Tony at Victor Litz Music. I'm going to show you 3 guitars today. We do these videos every day practically and show you 3 interesting instruments a day, trying to give you a sample of what we have here in stock at Victor Litz Music. If you like the way we do the videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the like button, make a comment, tell us where you're from. That helps us. We really appreciate it, and we'll continue to bring you these things. But as we preach, we buy, sell, trade. We'll buy an entire collection. We'll buy one item at a time, any musical instruments and equipment. But yesterday we bought about 16 pieces, 15 from one person, 1 from another, and the 15 that we got are in these boxes behind us. He had saved all the original boxes and the packing and the cases and everything. So they are Guild and Cordoba guitars. Then there's an Epiphone at the end that will show you that. But this is an interesting piece. I haven't had one in my hands, but I think I saw a bunch of them being sold back in its, when they did some promotions on them. But there's a Guild Surfliner, okay? It's a lightweight. It's their own proprietary body. Neat pick guard. I can reminisce and see, maybe that's an SG pick guard. Maybe that's a Strat body. Maybe that's a Guild body. Maybe that's an SG body. Not quite a Telecaster or a Stratocaster, but it could be. Hum single with these retro style pickups and these little mini on-off switches. I suppose it is on-off for each pickup. Straightforward volume and tone. Little Guild logo emblems on the top of the knobs. And the Guild and the Cordoba that we got are really new old stock, like the original boxes and all the packing material. Maybe they've been played a little bit. But there is your Surfliner, 6-in-line vintage gear, and I like this. I've never seen that before. But a Guild logo G in the neck plate. So the body's slightly contoured where the neck joins the body in order to give easy access. String through body, transparent blue finish, and I'm sure it's got some sort of a surf name to the color, being a Surfliner. Couldn't just call it blue, but it could be aquamarine, sunlight, sunset, moonlight. Who knows what the name is? You guys can look it up. You can make comments. We list all these things when we get them on Reverb. Eventually, they get to our website if they stay around long enough. We don't put an emphasis on the website. We really just get them to Reverb and go. That's the first one, okay? The second one, this did not come from that collection. I'm excited about this piece. Somebody's going to be real happy with this. It is an Epiphone John Lennon. We looked this Epiphone John Lennon guitar up and didn't see any other ones yet that had the John Lennon signature, his own drawing of his face. And I've got a fun story to tell about that, but it says John Lennon here. And hopefully you can see, because I can't see what you're seeing on the camera, the John Lennon on the inside of the sound hole. The drawing he did of himself, self-portrait, I suppose you call that. I think he did it himself. That's what the story is. But there's the guitar. There's a pickup here at the neck, volume and tone, sunburst, bound neck, binding, inlays, Epiphone headstock. Cool. Mahogany back and side, binding top, back, trim down the middle is a piece of wood. That's a nice guitar. So, fun story I'd like to talk about. That logo that's in there, that's the John Lennon signature. And when Epiphone was evolving from just John Lennon looking guitars to the John Lennon signature series, they must have paid up a bunch of money to some estate in order to be able to use that picture and logo. They promoted that at a trade show in Nashville, Tennessee, at a NAMM show. And I took my family with me, which the kids now work for us here in the business, and they're 38 to 40 years old, and they're adults. But back in the day, they were just probably 10, 12 years old. And the promo that they did with those at Epiphone was to invite everybody down to the Hard Rock Cafe, downtown Nashville, and they had a Beatles tribute band. Don't call them a whatever you want to say, but it's a tribute band. That's the politically correct way to say tribute band. Perform up on the rooftop of the Hard Rock Cafe like when they did the last live performance Beatles did and they called it, at the end of it, it says, "Hey, we hope we passed the audition." Well, that day, they were throwing out thousands of guitar picks off the rooftop of the Hard Rock Cafe. My kids, I have 4 boys. They all are musicians, but they then scrounged up every guitar pick that they could get. And we had a 2-ounce bag full of guitar picks with Epiphone and John Lennon's self-autographed, whatever that thing is, portrait on the guitar picks. It was just about the time, maybe it was a year to 2 years after the eBay really got started. At least we got started on that eBay listings and selling. And we were selling those picks for $20 a piece. Toward the end of it, we sold half of them for $500 or $800. Somebody gave us a ton of money for the bag full of picks. So whatever that self-portrait, autographed John Lennon thing, insignia, icon, it must be worth a lot. People paid a ton of money for those guitar picks. It was wonderful. We were doing for $20 a piece, including free shipping, and people would buy 1 or 2. We'd put them in an envelope and mail them off. It was awesome. It was before Epiphone, before eBay had to have that signature required stuff. We could just mail them out, and it was a honor system that people would say they got them or not got them, and we never had anybody say they didn't get them. So that was back in the day. Now eBay is very evil, and if you don't get a signature, and or if the customer disputes anything, they just rip off this person who's selling. That is eBay that does that. That's the end of the story for the John Lennon signature picks and the guitar. But I love the story because I remember that to this day. Here is a Guild Bob Marley guitar. Okay? When they first came out, we were selling them. We were buying 2 or 3 at a time. Everybody's buying them. Frankly and honestly, I'd forgotten all about them. It's like, okay, well, nobody's asking for them anymore, and we sold what we had. But we've got one still in the box. Then, in the gig bag, whoa, gig bag is unzipped. But this is what you would get should you have an interest in this guitar. There's Bob Marley, Marley X Guild. Show you the gig bag up front. All right, nice gig bag. Let's take a look at the guitar. Acoustic, straight acoustic, no pickup in it. Bob Marley on the pick guard. Bob Marley on the logo on the inside. All satin finish. Happens to come with 2 strap buttons. I see the strap button here, strap button there. And I predict this guitar's never been played. Marley on the 12th fret. It's got a Guild Waverly style tuning gear. There's the tuning gear. As you saw, and I didn't see until I flipped it around, an M on the truss rod cover. There it is. Bob Marley Guild acoustic guitar with matching case. I understand there was a poster to begin with these. This one does not have the poster. So we'll put this back together safely, talk to you about Victor Litz Music Center for a couple of seconds, and let you go. We are Victor Litz Music Center in Gaithersburg, Maryland. We buy, sell, trade. We will buy your collection. We'll buy 1 item at a time. We don't just buy guitars, but we'll buy pro sound, keyboards, drums, percussion, all the hand percussion, band instruments, school band instruments. If your kids are done with them and you've got trumpets and flutes and clarinets laying around, we'll buy them. We buy them cheap. Those we have to pay next to nothing for because there's a glut of them. But high-end vintage guitars, we'll pay up. We will have to pay up in order to get them. That's how we get them. That's why we have so much stuff, because we have to pay so much for them. But that's it for Victor Litz Music Center on the buy, sell, trade. We do the rentals and the lessons and the repairs. We have a rehearsal space. We've got 10,000 square foot store in Old Town Gaithersburg. It was previously a Ben Franklin department store. And back in those days in Old Town districts, you had medium-sized department stores. That's what this was, and that's what we are, is now in this historic Ben Franklin building. So anything we can do for you, if you want close-ups for any of this stuff, most of it we will list on the Reverb if it doesn't sell first. We got in the 15 pieces of the Guild and Cordoba guitars yesterday and put one on reverb, and it sold in less than an hour. So watch for those. Once in a while, they'll get to our website, as I said before in this video. That's if they take a while and they don't sell, then we'll put them on the website if we have time. Don't put a lot of energy into it because it doesn't get that many hits. But we sincerely appreciate you checking the video out. If you'd like it or subscribe, it would be fantastic. Leave a comment. That's even better. We thank you so very much for checking it out. Anything we can do for you, we are here 7 days a week at Victor Litz Music Center. We look forward to helping you sincerely. Please contact Victor Litz if there's anything we can do. Have a great day.